Fellow viewers, I welcome you to this special program, Zambia Young at 50. As you know, Zambia is celebrating its 50th independence anniversary this year. We are right now in State Lodge area where we are going to interview our special guest for this program. Dr. Kenneth David Kaunda, the first president of this republic from 1964 to 1991. I'm your host, Owen Mianza, and this program looks at Zambia in the last 50 years. This program is brought to you by Satellite Graphics Network, and it is sponsored by Californian Beverages, the manufacturers of Zambia's favorite drink, AppleMax. So we'll go for a short break. After the break, I'll be welcoming my guest, so stay tuned. Welcome back, Zambia Young at 50, and today we are honored to have the first president of this republic, Dr. Kenneth Kaunda, president of this country from 1964 to 1991. Dr. Kaunda, it's a pleasure really for us to have you on this program, and you're welcome, sir.
Young man, Owen, this is most welcome.
Thank you so much.
Most welcome.
Personally, I think I'm honored to interview you, as the first president of this country. It's an honor to me.
Most welcome, man.
Perhaps first thing first, on behalf of Californian Beverages, would want to convey our 90th birthday wishes to you and wish you many more returns. You still look very young. So
thank you very much, man. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So, Dr. Kaunda, first things first. Who is Dr. Kaunda?
He is last born child of obviously the now late Reverend David Julius Kaunda, and his equally late wife, Helen Tengwera Nyamnyirenda Kaunda. They came from a place called Nyasaland.
Okay.
Those days, they are called Malawi today.
No, yes.
And my father came to Chinsali, my birthplace, my home, in 1904. First of all, he was going to be sent to South Africa by the missionaries in Livingstonia Mission, but they changed that. He was going to be sent to Salisbury, Harare today. Again, they changed that, and they sent him to Chinsali for my fortune. And he came over there and he began teaching, spreading the gospel, obviously in a very effective manner. Why do I say that? I say so because Sina Chief Nkula liked very much what he was preaching. And he summoned him to the palace one day and then said, "Young man, the message you're spreading here is very important. And I want you to go back wherever you come from. Go and get married there and bring your wife with you to come and continue doing what you're doing now. My father obeyed. I went back to Nyasaland in those days. The following year, 1905, he came back. He went back to Chinsali with his wife. That's how they began to work in Chinsali district. God gave him the wonderful gift of so many children, and I was the last one.
Interesting.
I was the last one in 1924, and
on the 28th of April.
28th of April, yes. And I was fortunate to grow up under that late old man's guidance.
I actually did visit your place, your birthplace, and where your umbilical cord is buried. I did visit that.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so yeah, you did grow under the guidance of
yes,
your father,
yes,
Mr. Kaunda.
Yes.
Okay.
Reverend
Kaunda. Okay. Well, you've explained about your parents, where they came from and where you were born, and you were the last born actually. When did you get married and the children that you have?
I was married in 1946 to a young lady whose parents had lived in Chinsali district.
Okay.
Because her father was working for a shop called Mandala Shop in 1928 when she was born.
Oh, okay.
Her parents were in Chinsai district.
Okay.
Running a Mandala shop. When time came for her to be born, my mother was asked to go and help her mother.
Oh.
So my mother received her in this world. And they were there a little more. And then both of her father transferred them to Mpika,
okay.
Boma, Mpika district. And were there in 1946. And my mother used to go to the copper belt in Chinsali to help with the program of spreading the gospel.
Okay.
She was doing that, and when she was passing through Mpika, she remembered that she had received this little girl sometime back. And so she stopped there each time she was passing through Mpika. And she was very happy that her own reception worked so well.
Oh, okay.
And she was very happy with the girl. And in 1946, when she passed through there, she came back to home and told me, "Young man, I think you should pass through Mpika for this girl." She was. So, I went there and I was very happy.
Okay.
Very happy. I went back home.
You had not developed interest now in this young, beautiful lady?
I hadn't seen her.
You had not seen her?
I had not seen her.
Okay.
And I didn't even know that my mother had received her. But
okay.
This time, my mother explained to me.
So
the girl you pass through Mpika, I received that girl.
Okay.
And she's doing very well. I think you should go there.
Oh.
And I passed through there, and I found that she'd gone. He had done a teaching course. She was a teacher.
You were a teacher?
I was a teacher.
Okay, in Chinsali?
Luwa Mission.
Luwa Mission, okay.
Luwa Mission. And then my place found my father, Church of Scotland. And So I went to Mpika in 46. I said, no, we must get together.
So here's a lady recommended by your mother. You traveled there, you met the lady, and you were happy with what your mother
Very
did.
happy indeed. Very happy indeed. And
the decision was made that
I'm going to get married.
Interesting.
So I went there. It must be July, I think July 1946. And I went with a reverend called Johnny Mpuku, one of the people brought up by my father. He was himself a reverend, and I took him with me. He managed the wedding very well. We got married in a Christian way, went back to Chinsadi with another reception.
In the same year, 1946?
Same month, July.
Wow.
1946, and so we got married.
So you never actually courted for a long time? That's quite interesting.
I was very happy indeed, very
Okay.
happy. And we grew up together extremely well.
Mm-hmm. Wow, interesting. We'll go for a very short break. Viewers, in case you're just tuning in, you're watching Zambia Young at 50, and today we have a special guest, the first president of this republic, Dr. Kenneth Kaunda. So stay tuned.
I take it to the mark. I turn it up, I turn it up, like fire, I'm burning the air. I take it to the mark. I turn it up, I turn it up, 'cause I'm a superstar.
AppleMax, now in new 500 mils.
You're welcome to Zambia Young at 50, and our guest is Dr. Kaunda, first president of this republic.
We got these 9 children God gave us. We adopted one, so there were 10.
Okay.
The kids grew up very well. We're fortunate. But unfortunately, the third born was developing very well in politics. That didn't please the children of our group. And the boy was assassinated. He was a very promising young man. Oh, that happened.
Mm-hmm. You're talking about Major Wezi Kaunda.
Major Wezi Kaunda.
Earlier on, you had lost a child in 1986.
Yes, I was coming to that.
Okay.
It was another very promising boy. He's produced some boys and girls who are doing very well even now, the children. In fact, he died of AIDS. And but the children he left behind have done very well up to now. We adopted one young man, one child.
Sorry, maybe still on this child. I know I was too young at school. You came out strong to tell the nation that your son had died of
AIDS.
Yeah.
Correct.
What made you to come out in the public? Because I remember by then, I think there was a lot of stigma about this HIV/AIDS.
Correct. Well put, young man. Owen, we had to do that. My wife and I had to do that because we were leaders of the nation. And there was so much stigma around this disease of AIDS, HIV and AIDS. We thought we had a duty to begin to put things right. So we agreed that we were going to make this public, that our son, in fact, had been working from Ndola.
Okay.
But when he became serious, we moved him away from Ndola back to Lusaka. And he stayed with us at State House. Again, this was part and parcel of our process of helping the nation to understand that this must be treated as a disease, not something which would be looked down upon as something which must not be talked about. So we were doing that, and when he passed on from State House, and we began to explain now what had happened. That process made it very clear that our young man had died of AIDS. That was part and parcel of trying to fight this disease, of fear of this disease. And I think that helped quite a lot. So that's that. And this child we developed, we had adopted. At that time, there were problems around Zambia. And some children came from parents which also came from some neighboring countries. And one child was found in the streets, and when we came to hear about this, we adopted the child. Okay. And he has grown up with us very, very well indeed.
Okay, that's good. This is who, Chola?
Chola.
Okay.
Chola.
Good. What is he doing?
Chola, we almost an engineer now.
Okay.
Now he's Chola because he comes after our last born children. There are two of them. What do you call them? Twins.
Twins, yes.
And in our language, Chola means one who comes after twins.
Twins, okay.
But we're very happy we're able to contribute something to God's creation in that way. We went to school, Canada, many places. So
you were blessed with 9 plus Chola you adopted, and now the 2 are late.
2 are late now.
So we'll go for a short break. Welcome back, Zambia Young at 50. Now, at this point, when we are actually recording this interview, Dr. Kaunda, you had just lost your wife, is it 2 years ago?
I was coming to that. It was a wonderful marriage. And we brought up the kids very well, I think, in a very happy way. Unfortunately, a couple of days ago, she left me. It was an extremely terrible thing. We had grown together very well, brought up our children very well, and I didn't think that she would live like that. But somehow it happened, to my shock. And, well, we look to God. We look to God. It has happened. I want to believe that he is in the hands of the Lord now. I don't doubt that at all, because of the way she lived. I'm sure she is received by God, his kingdom. And the kids she left behind are doing quite well. She contributed to their development, to their schooling, and various marriages, creating their own families, and so she contributed a great deal to our family's development. And we would have to pray that she lived a life like that.
Well, viewers, you heard for yourself Dr. Kenneth Kaunda, first President of this Republic. He's just been talking, he's been giving us his brief background about his family and, of course, where he was born and how he married. I'm sure you've learned one or two things from this interview. So in the next program, we'll be discussing about how Dr. Kaunda actually joined the struggle for independence. So look forward to this program.
AppleMax, now in new 500 mils.